Paulo here. We are here to talk about Mark Lawrence's first novel called Prince of Thorns. Okay, in this novel, this is the first of a trilogy, as you probably know, and it was written in 2011, and since then it wrote several novels. I've got them all, to be quite honest, but this is the first time I've read one of his novels. Okay, look here. Have all the year. There are two more down there, but I'm trying to put some cover to protect the novels, and so that's why I have them here. Just a quick note before talking about this novel. One of the things I really despise is the guys that make this kind of series and novels. Why don't they stick with the same type of cover, same type of font, the same type of quality of paper and so on? Because if you check these novels here, are all from the same company. It's Ace, but then the material used in these novels, in the Red Sister and Grey Sister, is different from the ones, for example, in Wheel of Oshheim. Okay, and then Prince of Fools, which is the same, it's the same one. Look, it doesn't match. Here is the name of the book, the author, the symbol here instead of here. I don't know if this is nitpicking, but to me it's very important, and the quality is not the same. Probably they are different editions, I don't know. This is the first edition. This is the first edition as well. And this one. Okay, this is not the first edition, the third edition, but and so it's different. I don't know, it's very stupid to me. Now, and this is Girl from the Stars. Emperor, the last one, fortunately. But I'm not King of Thorns, he's here. I'm going to try to talk a bit about Grimdark. I'm not an expert on Grimdark, but I do know about Black Library, and the term Grimdark was coined by Black Library and Games Workshop. In this case, Games Workshop. Later on, Black Library is the printing company, publishing company behind Games Workshop. They are connected. They are the same company, but they have a published name, company name. Some authors that you probably have heard write novels from to Black Library, and some of them are nowadays are really famous, or at least people know them because of the Grimdark, but probably they don't know they started there. One of these authors is Gareth Anran, the guy who wrote the Maleficent ones, the Broken God trilogy. I believe it's a trilogy. Don't quote me on that. But you've got novels by Michael R. Fletcher. You probably have heard of him. Adrian Tchaikovsky, although he's not as grimdark as other authors are. Let me check. Just to, as I said, Michael Annan Stevens, who wrote a trilogy, the God Blind and so on trilogy. There are a couple, 2 or 3 more that write in the grimdark stories, and also write within the Warhammer world. And then there's a reason for that. Okay, Mark Lawrence is highly, with Joe Abercrombie, the guys that created Grimdark, but they are not at all. Before them, they put him in mainstream, if you wish. Mainstream, not mainstream because they are not mainstream, but out there with more public and so on. But the guys who create this style, Grimdark, even if before Michael Moorcock wrote some stories that could be called Grimdark, Black Library authors already did this. Okay, if you enjoy this type of novels where the main character is a bad, I was saying, bad guy, I would advise you to read C.L. Werner. He wrote 10 or 12 novels of Warhammer world and fantasy, and within 40k as well, but more on fantasy, and they are all very dark. When I mean dark, I mean there are no rape scenes, okay, because that's not allowed in Black Library. They want to make it a PG, accessible to young teens, but they do something that C.L. Werner at least do something that I never read someone do better. It's writing in the point of view of a bad guy. If you go see his Brunner trilogy, if you're gonna see his Palace of the Plague Lord or Blood for the Blood God, they are very dark. There are no good characters. If you think, oh, but here is evil, the evil guy, Jorg is evil. I have no words for him. People saying that he is an anti-hero, he's not an anti-hero at all. But if you want a real, but even so, he has some glimpses of humanity, and there are some glimpses here that make him human. So if you want to see some deep characters that have no redeeming qualities, go read C.L. Werner novels, for example. There are others, as you know, you can see behind me. These are all my Black Library novels, the ones I've not read, because behind there are other, and they have around 700 novels. I read 200 or so, so mostly fantasy and 40k. For example, I never enter so far Horus Heresy, but we'll go eventually. But if you want really dark stories and some accessible, okay, go Black Library. You will not go wrong with them. Now, about this novel, what can I say about Prince of Thorns? Prince of Thorns, we follow Prince Jorg as he tries to avenge his mother and try to win the favor and the seat of his father. He is very young, which was very interesting choice, because at the beginning of the novel, yes, and some glimpses we have some side chapters that talk us about his young teens, like he was 10 years old, but most of them he's 14 or 15, I don't know, probably 15, and he's a very dark, disturbed character. It's just simple as that. Mark Lawrence do something here that I'm not accustomed to it, so I will give him praise for that he makes a 15-year-old. Sometimes when I read the novel, and since I didn't read from one in only 2 or 3 days, I read some novels in between, so sometimes I forgot that he was 15, and it was very dark to see that 15-year old character, which is very interesting. Kudos, Mark Lawrence, you did great there. It made me lose some hope on humanity, and this even would bring some idea about how a person would interact, would be if the laws that we have now didn't apply. I watched a movie that I really hated, but there was a phrase there that was very inspiring to me. That was, "We are beasts, but we are beasts underneath. If it wasn't for the law, we'll go savage." And I truly believe this is real. That's why people are capable of the most atrocious acts in war, when feeling trapped, and so on. We are beasts. We should never forget that underneath we are beasts and monsters. And everyone in the wrong situation, not right, the wrong situation, could be a murderer, rapist, or something like that. No matter if you are a female, a male, it doesn't matter. There's nothing to do with it has to do something our mind sometimes behaves like that. But of course we have laws, and most of us don't ever do something wrong because of laws, or because we don't want it. But imagine that your son, your wife, is going to be murdered by some person. Most people would say, okay, most people would say, I won't do that, I'll do what, but probably you will become a beast, a monster. So, kudos, Mark Lawrence, you did great with this. I really enjoyed. Broken Empire first novel was a great book. There are some instances there that I really didn't enjoy. The first I didn't enjoy was all other characters. The main character is very interesting, and then the last one I didn't. Sometimes I didn't feel connected with the other characters besides probably the main character and Larkin, I believe it's his name. Larkin. Larkin is from Gaunt's Ghost, sorry. And so most characters are not well defined. Some he tries, but I'm afraid most of them are not well defined. Sometimes even I don't know if the character died or not, and so on. And I even wrote a paper with the names because I was getting a bit confused in the beginning, who were what and who died and whatnot. Which is very cool. But the sociopath one character point of view was very interesting, and to me that's very, very cool. Okay. It's interesting to see Goodreads, some people trying to say, I don't support, I don't care about it. This is fiction. People forget that they are reading or writing fiction. This is fiction. All of this is fiction. If this guy murdered his wife and raped his daughter or so on, I don't care. This is fiction. This doesn't happen. This didn't happen. Okay, this is fiction. And people forget that, and so they try to cancel the character. Oh, he wrote like that. He wrote whatever. This is fiction. We watch and read fiction all the time in television, in books, and so on. And this is fiction. And people forget that fiction is not real. Just because I enjoy reading a novel where the main character did some bad things, it doesn't mean that I'm going to do bad things. That's stupid. Unless you think that from the 20th century, every person that watch someone die on TV, on the TV series, on the movie, and enjoy because, hey, finally the bad guy is dead, that they believe that you should kill all people that are bad. This is fiction. No fun. So overall, really enjoy the characters. The main character, didn't enjoy the remaining characters. The story itself, sometimes it jumps and it's not all comprehensible what's happening. It was cool to see that and made me what? Even if I know this book is out there 10 years, I didn't knew. And there's a glimpse set here of technology, so this is the future, post-apocalyptic future. Some names and the map reminds me of France. Okay, Normandy, for example. Although some names are very, I don't know what they mean, but this is France, Normandy. This is a land from Ireland. I don't know. Overall, I really enjoyed the series. I want to know more about this world. What's happened in this world? Is this a post-apocalyptic world? I believe so, because the explosion in castle explosion and that machine that talked. It seems that these in the end they have some glimpses in the end. But so I'm very interested to see what comes out from this. And I'm going to read the second and third novel. I have no doubt about it. I have no. Sometimes I buy, as I said, I buy books and then I don't read them. Okay. For example, I brought all Peter Brett novels. Okay, and again, I very much enjoyed. So this was a short read. Thank you.
Os outros dois animes que a Jéssica quer ver é o Jujutsu Kaisen.
Sim, eu sei qual é que é.
E o My Heroes Academy.
Ela gosta muito de shonens, é isso?
De quê?
Shonen. Pergunta se só gosta muito de shonens, é isso? Só gosta de shonens?